Yeah, item 7B, presentation discussion on OpenGov digital platform. And Russell Gale is going to do this. And
thank you, Mayor. Upon Mr. Spurgeon's arrival, one of his initial goals for the staff was to enhance the city's financial transparency. And as a result, Broken Arrow has joined thousands of other governmental entities by implementing a new digital platform powered by OpenGov. That platform is, and the software is now on our website and is available to the public to access. But tonight we wanted to provide a demonstration of that to you. Sierra Lennon, our project manager from the finance department, is here, and she's going to navigate you through the program and show you how easy it is to access the information, and then we're happy to answer any questions.
And Russell, I think we're the only city in the state of Oklahoma that has OpenGov at this point.
I believe that's true.
Let me throw out some thank yous here before we start the presentation. Is that it was one of my goals to do this and to try to find the right program. And actually, this program that we're using came through talking to a vendor at the National League of Cities. When the mayor and several council members went there, they contacted them, and their representative reached out, and then we went from there. So there are not that many systems out there that I feel comfortable provide what we're looking for, and so going to National League Cities does pay tremendous dividends and benefits because all the vendors are in one place. So I appreciate that, Russell. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to start you off with the basics. So I'm going to show you how to get to OpenGov. So you can just go to the city website, thebrokenarrowok.gov, and you're going to scroll down here until you see this little eyeball that says public information. We're going to click on that. And over here on the tabs to your left, you're going to click on budget. And this is kind of our landing page for it, and you're just going to click on the link to get there. But you can also just go directly there by typing in brokenarrowok.opengov.com. And so this is just the basic landing page. So before I get into the report, I'm going to just share with you how to use it. So over here are the icons, and you can click these, or you can click on the piece of the pie that corresponds to it, and it will drill down. So if you click on public safety, you see that it drills down into fire and police. And you just hit this back button if you just want to go back one. If you ever get too far into it and you're just like, I want to go back to the very front, you can hit the reset button right here. And over here we have these preset views. So these are things we think that the public would be interested in looking at. So these are just reports already drilled down. So as you can see, this is the fiscal year 2017 sales tax breakdown. Now this is just July 1st through January 31st. So this is just the current year, so it's not a full year's worth of data. And you can click on any of these, and this one's special revenue funds and can just show you the breakdown. You can also get to these by using filters. So this is a revenues one, but you can change it to expenses or revenues versus expenses, but it's easier if you just use one or the other. You can also break it down instead of by fund, by department or revenue type. So for this, we're going to hit reset, and this is our year-to-date expenses and revenues, and we're going to start with expenses. So we're going to drill down specifically into the police fund all the way down to their fuel and lubricants. So I'm going to go over here and click on your right, public safety, which you can see is broken down in between police and fire. So we're going to click on police, which now breaks it down into the different divisions. As you can see, police, communications, jail, and operations. So we're going to click on police because we want that division. Now this is as far as you can go down when you drill into the departments. So this is the total for the police division. So to change that, to see what all they have spent, you change it from departments to expense type over here on your left. And as you can see, we have it broken down by salaries and wages, employee benefits, materials and supplies. So for this one, we're specifically going to go into fuel and lubricants, which is going to be under materials and supplies. So we're going to go over here and click on it. Now you can see the breakdown again, and if this ever gets to be too much information, you just want the numbers, you can scroll down here and just see the numbers broken out by what you're looking for. So we're going to go into fuel and lubricants, and as you can see, the total is again right here or down below. So this $118,000 is how much they have spent year to date on fuel and lubricants within the police division. So that's just how to break it down by expenses. So we're going to show you revenues as well. So to get back again, we're going to hit that reset button. We're going to change it from expenses to revenues. So for this one, we're going to actually show you, we're going to go into fire, so we're going to change it from departments to revenue type. We're going to go into charges for services specifically, but again, you can see the breakdown of taxes, licenses and permits and everything like that. So we're specifically going to go into charges for services. All right. And as you can see, there's also a public safety tab here, but there's also utility services, so the revenue we bring in from utilities, also streets and cemetery. So we're going to click specifically on public safety. As you can see, it's all broken down here, and we wanted to go into ambulance revenue to show you the difference between Life Ride and our actual ambulance revenue. So Life Ride is that monthly subscription that the citizens have been paying for, and then the ambulance revenue is any revenue we collect from insurance companies or from individuals when they use our ambulances. So again, you can see it's 1.3 million for Life Ride versus 1.5 for the ambulance revenue. And again, you can scroll down here and see that. So just to get back again, we'll just hit reset. And when you get down where you would like to go, if you would like to share it, you can change it right here, and you can share it on social media, or you can just download the image. If you do the spreadsheet, it will just pull the numbers, so it'll be an Excel file format if you don't want to mess around with the graph. So we're going to go to our next report, which is the current year budget versus actual. So this is a month-by-month breakdown. So it's still that same time frame of July through January, but it's just broken down by budget versus actual. So right here, you can see the lined ones will be the budget, and the unlined will be the actual. And if you hover over any section, it will show you how much is on there versus the total. So that's public safety right there for July, and it shows that it's 2.69 million, and out of the total of 15.9, which was spent for July. So for this one, we're going to break down the same way, and we're going to go through public safety all the way to fuel and lubricant, so you can see a month-by-month basis. So we're going to go again over here to your right and click public safety. We're going to go into police, and we're going to go into police again. And as you can see, again, that's as far as you can go within the division, so you can see their total monthly spending within that division. But we're going to change that on the left-hand side to your expense type. So it breaks it down, as you can see, salaries and wages. So you can see it was $808,000 for January. So we're going to go into materials and supplies. And again, we have everything from fuel and lubricants to uniforms, tires and tubes. You can drill down, there's even more down here. But we're going to specifically click on fuel and lubricants. So now you can see on a month-by-month basis how much they're spending versus the budget. And now this isn't the same for everyone, but for this expense it is just divided over 12 months. It's the total amount divided over 12, so that's why these stay the same for the budget, which is $28,500 per month. And so again, if you can see down here the change between each month and just the numbers if you'd rather see it that way, and you can also share it once you've gotten here. These also have some preset views if you'd like to look at any of them. So this one right here is just salaries and wages across all the departments. So you can again drill down into specific departments that you would like or divisions just to get down wherever you'd like to see. And we also have some just broken out by police and fire. And these are just presets, so if someone came to us and would prefer to see finance, salaries, and wages specifically, we can always add a view to see whatever the citizens would like to view. Now, do you guys have any questions about what you've seen so far? I know it's a lot.
So assuming that the citizens are, at least for my part, are having a hard time, is there going to be some kind of tutorial that walks the citizens through this and so they don't get lost?
Well, we are videotaping this to put up, so this will help a little bit, but we do have like a question and answer on the actual landing page that I showed at the very beginning on the Broken Arrow website. But they can also, there's also when you usually come up to it, it says 101, like it'll show up on here and you can click start and it'll show you kind of a walkthrough of what you might need to do to get to where you're looking for.
Okay.
I know that Councilman Udi and I were at the conference and saw this and thought this is an amazing tool and it's something we really need in Broken Arrow. So I'm really proud of the fact that we are the only city in the state that's using this tool, and openness and transparency is so important to us. So this is state of the art, and every citizen can get on and see exactly where every dollar is being spent and where our revenue comes from, and they can drill down and find out any information they want to know about the city finances. And so I think it's something very unique, and I'm happy that we're using it.
It is, it's data that all the staff has available to it, so it is very transparent from that standpoint, and it will be updated every month by, I believe, the 15th of each month is our goal, so we'll be shooting for that. And there's a couple of more programs that the staff is working on that are in their infancy, and we wanted to show you one that we're pretty excited about. And so Sierra's going to visit with you about some of the mapping that we have in regard to bond issue projects.
So this is kind of still just in the beginning stages, but this is just specifically the 2014 general bond obligations, and this is just for streets. And so as you can see, we took the street and we just picked a data point within the street. So you can just click down and see 23rd Kenosha and Houston Lane, and you can see the project amount. Now that's the amounts the citizens voted on originally, so that's not how much we've spent to date, that's just what they authorized us to use for that total project. But it just shows you all of our projects that are currently out there for 2014. So if someone was interested in saying, I feel like, was my street included on that, they can come here and they can find their street and see if there's one on there, and they can see how much you've spent relative to everywhere else. So you can see that like 300,000 was spent more on one street or the other. You can also, you can't really do it right now, but you can scroll down and they do have data points down below. But this is just kind of something we're working on to show not only just general financial data, we want to be able to make it interactive and work for the citizens.
That's great.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I had the privilege of the president and CEO of this company showing this to me, and at NLC, and I became excited. One, they were excited because they were excited about the opportunity to enter the Oklahoma market, but I was very excited because at the level of detail you can get, and so when citizens or residents call and want to understand where their money's going, well, this really gives you almost down to the bottom level where you and I think it's not just about transparency, but it's about understanding, because you can look at numbers and they may or may not make sense, but this puts it into something that not only is it numbers and transparency, but it's clear to understand. And so the nerd in me was getting very excited about this. So I'm glad that we're getting it up and running.
I wondered why I didn't understand it.
Any more questions?
I just need to send a shout out to Tom and his staff for embracing this technology and learning it and loading the data and working with OpenGov and then making sure that it's available to the community, because there are some folks that want this information, and when they get on this, as Sierra demonstrated, you can really go from just a 30,000-foot view of what the city's total budget is all the way down to find out how much fuel is. I don't know why she was picking on the public safety guys, but why, how much we spend on fuel. And there are some folks in our community that want that level of detail, and this actually gives them that opportunity should they do so. And then what we can do is administration is that we can say, if you have, we can talk to them about it and say, I would encourage you to go to OpenGov, and you can specifically look at that. And from what I understand is that that's what some people will certainly do. So keeping it up to date and refresh, I think, is extremely important as well.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Russell.
Yes, thank you. Wow.